Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Crabs Baseball is on the air. This is Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner, and we are delighted to bring you all the Rock'em Sock'em baseball action tonight as the Crabs take on the Fresno A's for the first game of a three-game series. It's a beautiful night for baseball, Liam, as always, and we're looking forward to a well-fought contest tonight and this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. The Fresno A's usually come in and provide some pretty good competition, so definitely looking forward to this weekend.
It's great to be back at the ballpark, I have to say, Liam.
Oh, yes.
It's a long time between seasons. All right, let's give you the lineups for the opposing team. Liam, you want to give us the lineup for the opposing A's?
Yeah, and as always, the lineups are brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op. Leading off for them will be the shortstop, George Smith. Batting second to the first baseman, Ethan Wood. Batting third with the catcher, Hayes Edens. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, Luke Naveau. Batting fifth will be the designated hitter, Parker Cristal. Batting sixth will be the left fielder, Mikey Ramirez. Batting seventh will be the second baseman, Brian Sunders.
All right, we're ready to get underway, and so I'll give you the Crabs line up later, but I'll tell you for now that Miles Standish is on the mound, and the first pitch to Smith is outside, 1-0. Miles Standish, left-handed pitcher. Next pitch is a fastball inside, 2-0 now to Smith. Nico Lombardi is the catcher, Liam Forsyth at first. I don't know who's at second. This sounds like a sketch. Kavanasaurus is at second.
He doesn't usually play second base. I don't even remember him playing second base back in 23 either. So.
And now the count goes to 3-0. Michael Perazo at short, Keenan Morris at third, Adam Enyart in left field, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Smith to lead off the game. Timmy Reed in center, and Sutter Moss is in right field.
I do want to finish the lineup for the A's. Batting eighth will be the right fielder, Luke Reed. Batting ninth will be the left fielder, Tyson Miller, and Cooper King will be on the mound for the Fresno A's.
All right, here's Wood. He's in Wood, the first baseman. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike.
Miles Standish, the Eureka native, this is his second start.
Our audio board.
Anyway, as I was saying, second start of the season for Miles Standish. He started opening night, which was a week ago today. And in that start, he gave up 3 hits, only 1 run, walked 2, struck out 6. So it was a really solid start last Friday.
So an out was recorded at second on a slow rounder over to first base. So they got the force there. Wood was safe on the fielder's choice. So runner on first, 1 out, and the count is 1-1 now to Edens. And the pitch. This is away. From the set, look over at first. The 2-1. Right down the middle for a called strike, and the count goes even. Who are umpires tonight, Liam?
At home plate, it is Stephen Young. At first base is Michael Cowan. At third base is Zach Norton.
Sounds like the usual suspects. Next pitch misses inside, and the count goes full. Now thrower to first, but Wood is back.
Fun fact, the home plate umpire Stephen Young also works junior college football games. When I was doing CR football, I saw him in our game at College of the Siskiyous on the field. So, multi-sport official.
3-2 swung on and missed. A good fastball away. Edens went after it. 2 away. Here's Luke Naveau, the third baseman.
I think I see Cameron Sasso down there. Kinleyville native.
You mean in the audience, or you mean on the field?
Walking around the concourse down there.
Okay.
He's not on the team this year, unfortunately.
He was great for us when he was.
Oh, yeah.
Fastball misses inside. Always really enjoyed watching him pitch.
Oh, yeah. He was a great pitcher, great starter.
A ball and no strikes to count. Wood still over at first, 2 away now. Just getting started, top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. And there's a called strike, held high on the outside corner. The 1-1. This is outside. Crabs have new caps, don't they? I've seen those before.
Yeah, they do. I have not seen those yet until this season.
I designed a whole uniform for the Crabs on using a ChatGPT over the winter.
Oh, why haven't I seen it yet?
I forgot about it. The 2-1. This is outside, 3-1.
ChatGPT designed Crabs uniform. I wonder what that would look like.
It features Krusty prominently.
Oh, I bet.
3-1 the count. Swung on and missed, fastball away. He's working that fastball away really well against the right-handed hitters so far.
Definitely
really
is.
hitting the corner out there.
He showed a lot of really good command last Friday against the Nevada Knicks.
Full count. Wood goes, the pitch is low. First and second then for the A's. And here's Parker Cristal, the DH. And the pitch right down the middle for a called strike. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Fastball down and away. And he's ahead of Cristal 0-2. Wood out at second. Naveau at first. Lights coming on at the ballpark. It's an overcast night here in Arcata. A little bit chilly. Swung on and missed. Fastball right down the middle ends it. No runs, there were no hits, there were no errors, and 2 left after half an inning. A's nothing, Crabs coming up. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. the ballpark thanks to Baywood Golf and Country Club and also the Big Blue Cafe. Visit the crowd's favorite Big Blue Cafe on the Plaza in Arcata. Had breakfast there this morning, as a matter of fact. They serve breakfast and lunch all day, and it's delicious. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Also thanks to Crestmark Millwork, a local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997. All right, for the Crabs, it will be Keenan Morris, Michael Perazzo, and Liam Forsyth to lead it off against Cooper King on the mound for the A's right-handed pitcher.
Morris so far this season, he's appeared in 3 games. He is 4 for 13, 3 RBIs, 1 walk.
And the pitch is in there for a called strike. Defensively, it's King on the mound. Hayes Edens is the catcher. Ethan Wood at first. Brian Sanders the second at second. Luke Niveau at third. George Smith at short. Next pitch is inside. Mikey Ramirez in left. Tyson Miller in center. And Luke Ree is out in right field. I see that some of the A's pitchers are behind home plate with a radar gun. Next pitch misses down low. 2-1.
Every once in a while, you'll see an opposing team come in and sit a couple of inactive pitchers behind home plate to get the radar gun out.
This pitch misses low. 3-1. Is high and inside, and Morris draws the walk to lead off the inning.
Let's give a hand to our fat boy, Jacob Hibbert.
Here's Michael Perazzo.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 13 from Sacramento State, Michael Perazzo.
And that's foul tipped. 0-1. Better high fastball. Wind is picked up now and is blowing out towards left center field. There's another fastball that misses high and away. When the Perazzo is hit in the air, foul territory, third base side, giving chase is the shortstop, and he'll get under there, George Smith, to make the catch for out number 1. Morris holds it first, and here's Liam Forsyth.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 5, first baseman Liam Forsyth.
Forsyth so far, 2 games, 3 for 8, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, stolen base.
King deals. A fastball low and outside. Close pitch.
Yeah, looked pretty good from up here.
That
1-0, fouled out of play.
foul ball is sponsored by Wild Planet Foods, the original sustainable seafood company. It's the first one.
The 1-1 pitch is high. I don't think King has thrown anything but a fastball so far.
I think you're right, Benjamin.
2-1. That's lined in the left center field. That is going to drop for a base hit.
Now batting for the Crabs.
First and second for the Crabs, and one away.
Number 6,
Here's Sutter Moss.
Sutter Moss so far in 3 games is 2 for 11, 4 RBIs, 2 walks.
And he takes a fastball at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike.
And has a home run as well.
That was not Wednesday. That was
Sunday, I believe.
the 0-1. Ooh, check swing, and that's in there for a strike. That time, King did take something off. Now he's ahead of Moss 0-2. Oh, that's a lash down the right field line. That's going to go up to the wall. Here comes Morris to score. On his way to third is Forsyth, and that's a stand-up double for Sutter Moss. 1-0 Crabs. He just yanked that right down the right field line.
First base umpire Michael Cowan looked to take a bit of a spill.
Sorry?
The first base umpire Michael Cowan kind of fell down trying to see the play, but he's all right. He's good.
Now at the plate for the Crabs,
He's
number
laughing.
16, Adam Enyar.
Michael Cowan's got a great attitude, but
He's tough.
looks to be all right. Good to see. But
He
yeah,
looks
I
fine,
mean,
yeah.
Sutter Moss, he's hit the ball hard
That was yanked.
several times this season. Of course, as we said, has the home run. So
All right, 1-0 Crabs. Runners at second and third. Still only one out. Here's Adam Enyar. King. Fastball pops high in the air, left field. Ramirez is there. That's deep enough to score the run. And the Crabs lead it 2-0. So sacrifice fly for Enyart. He does his job.
Sacrifice fly. And now batting for the Humboldt Crabs, number 28, Nico Lombardi.
Here's Nico Lombardi.
and this is Crab's debut.
Is this his debut? I wondered about that because he didn't play Wednesday and I wasn't here over the weekend. So.
He did not play over the weekend, as far as I can remember. So.
And he takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Let's see. I don't see Nico on the. Oh,
He's at the
it's
very
28.
top. Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton. The 0-1 is high and outside. Moss out at second. 2 runs are in for the Crabs. There are 2 outs. 1-1's the count. And the pitch swung on and missed. A big cut at a fastball down and away. 1-2 now to Lombardi. I wonder if he's any relation to the great catcher Ernie Lombardi, who played for the Cincinnati Reds in the 1930s and 40s.
He has any relation to the
1-2 is hit down the right field line, and that is going to be cut by the right fielder, Reed, to end the inning. But the Crabs get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left, and at the end of 1, the Crabs lead 2-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark. Thanks to Cypress Grove Cheese, the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country. Proudly based in Arcata, Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling. And thanks to Charleston Tree Services, they're here to help you with your growing concerns. Their locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007.
Tomorrow is 80s night, and Sunday is Fairy Day.
Did you hear that, Benjamin? Tomorrow's 80s night.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah. Always get the nostalgic 80s music. All right, top of the second inning, Crabs leading 2-0. Here is Mikey Ramirez, the left fielder. He takes a strike at the knees from Miles Standish. The 1-0 is fouled out of play.
That foul ball is sponsored by Wild Planet Foods. Sustainability never tasted so good.
1-1 misses outside. And that one's slapped foul over towards the A's dugout. 2-2 the count to Ramirez, will be followed by Sanders the second and Ree. Stanley shakes off a sign. Now he's ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball low and inside. I don't know, the crowd complaining about that, but that looked like, clearly like a ball to me. I don't know. I mean,
we don't have TrackMan tonight, but when we do have TrackMan, and we can look at the strike zone.
3-2 is a hard grounder out to short. Nice high hop for Perazzo, and he throws him out. Nice play.
When we can look at the strike zone, I have found that more often than not, the umpire is correct when fans are complaining about a call.
Yep. Hate to admit it.
I mean, from up
true.
here, there are a lot of calls that I question without TrackMan up here, just from what I see. And then it turns out, well, the umpire was right and I was wrong just because of our angle and, way we're looking down on the plate. So
pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. I've never uttered those words before.
I'll utter
the
them for
umpire
you.
was right and I was wrong. I can't even fathom saying that.
I know. You haven't yelled out the window yet this season.
They haven't upset me yet. 0-1 the count.
Well,
swung on and missed. 0-2.
Give it some time. But the TrackMan really showed me how
it does.
good
It sure does.
the home plate umpires really are.
It definitely does. Pitch is fouled out of play.
That foul ball is sponsored by Wild Planet Foods, the original sustainable.
So the count remains 0-2 to Sanders the second. Breaking pitch, check swing. He didn't go around though. And next pitch is popped high in the air to left center field. Enyart's under it, and he's got it. 2 away.
Number 2, Luke Ree.
Here's Luke Ree. And he takes a pitch outside. The 1-0 lined into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. First hit of the game for the A's. And with 2 outs and runner first, here's the 9 hitter, Tyson Miller.
Which you take for the A's number 4, Tyson Miller.
There's a grounder past third, knocked down, and no throw, but a great stop by Keenan Morris on a ball that was bouncing over the third base bag. A diving stop, but no play. So an infield hit for Miller.
A great play by Keenan Morris. That could have been extra bases if he'd let that go. So
back to the top of the order. Here's George Smith, who walked his first appearance. Yeah, because it wasn't hit that hard, it would have just died out there on the outfield.
Yeah, right in between, kind of in no man's
That's
land.
right. And here's the pitch to Smith. It's a fastball down low. So first and second, 2 outs.
Keenan Morris really has been an outstanding infielder for the Crabs.
He sure
his entire
has.
Crabs tenure. I mean,
That was a fine play there.
he's a pretty decent hitter, but he really does excel in the field.
The 1-0. Swung on and missed.
I found a third person I want to throw out of the ballpark.
You know, they're everywhere here.
I know.
1-1 to count.
It's number 3 so far.
Fouled up against the screen. 1-2. When I was in New York, there were all those Dodger fans there, and the Mets fans were not welcoming.
That kind of makes sense because they did used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers.
That's what I
so.
thought too. Well, the woman behind us, the family behind us was quite vocal the whole game. It was hilarious.
Well,
they were really funny.
As they should be.
And she was saying she didn't mind when people showed up with Brooklyn caps
Yeah.
and LA shirts. That was fine.
Yeah.
But it was her husband was claiming that a lot of these people weren't really Dodger fans until the Dodgers won the World Series. And so
There's an argument to be made for that.
2-2 the count. Look out at second. And here's the pitch, way outside. 3-2. But I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I mean,
A lot of people just see
I think-
Shohei Ohtani and
I think that's true, but I also just think, LA people are everywhere, just like New Yorkers. They're everywhere too.
Yeah,
so.
of course. I mean, 2 of the biggest cities in America.
That's right. 3-2 the count. Runner fastball called, strike 3 right at the knees, and that ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left at the end of an inning and a half. It's 2-0 Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Giants are leading 2-0 in the first inning against Atlanta.
From the University of Hawaii, Hilo, number 10, Cabana Suarez.
Wow, Jack, I can't believe you did that.
Here's Kavana Soros, second baseman. And he takes a strike on the outside corner from Cooper King.
Giants already up 2-0 in the bottom of the
Yeah, I
first.
was just saying that, but oh wow, did Bailey get a hit or something? The next pitch misses away. That can't
Patrick
be
Bailey?
right. Oh, no. Pass ball. That's what I thought. I knew it couldn't have been that.
That get a run in?
1-1 the count. Misses away. 2-1. He's a great defender, but
Yes,
man,
it did.
he is a
3-0.
hole in the lineup.
Well, it's the good old RTI, run thrown in.
Right.
Or
2-1 pitch. Fouled up against the screen.
run pitched it.
When I was at the Mets game, they had a stat on the board. I had no idea what it meant. I had to ask somebody. It was number of mound visits left.
Well, yeah, that's a rule. I think it's 6 in a game.
I
You
had
only
no
get 6.
idea what it meant.
Yeah, MVR. I think
Yeah, MVR,
yep.
yeah. 2-2 pitch. Grounded back at the mound. King has it. Underhand toss to first. 1 away.
Is that a rule you also dislike?
Yes.
You just want baseball games to go as long as possible.
Well, here's my point. If you want to shorten the game, guess what? Don't have 100 ads between innings and change the innings faster. The only reason it takes so long is because they're selling so much advertising.
Yeah. Well,
You know, because they're greedy.
yeah, I mean, that's not going to change.
You know, instead they'll ruin the game. Here's the pitch to Parker Rogers. Fastball away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm at the ballpark, and it takes forever between innings because they're trying to sell ads on the TV. It doesn't take that long to switch teams.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0 to Rogers, and he pops it high in the air and foul and out of play.
Foul ball, sponsored by Valve.
Hey, you were at Citi Field in Queens until 2 a.m., so.
Yes, I was. We loved it. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
1-1 the count. Fastball misses away in 2-1. Yeah, we're sitting out there in our Mets ponchos. We had to buy ponchos because it was raining.
You picked a good week in New York for the weather.
It was beautiful. 2-1 pitch. This is low and outside. We thought it was going to be hot, and the weather was perfect.
Yeah, the Yankees game was
This is
kind
low,
of
3-1.
rainy, cloudy, and
That
then
was really cold. It was really cold when we first got there.
Mets game it rained.
3-1, ball 4. Rogers walks. But yeah, all in all, the weather was really, really great.
So that's humble in you.
I know it did. Well, it did rain early. The first couple of days we had to have umbrellas.
Yeah.
But after a few days, the weather cleared and it never got very hot. And we just walked for miles every day. It was great. Here's Timmy Reed. Runner on first, 1 out. Fastball high and outside. Two one, misses high and inside. Oh, sorry, 1-0. Now it's 2-0. This is not Timmy Reed's debut.
No, it is not. Played in, I think, the whole weekend, opening weekend.
2-0 is way inside. That almost hit him.
Then got an off day on Wednesday.
Three and 0. Swung on and missed at a 3-0 pitch.
See, so far, Timmy Reed coming into this at bat, 2 for 12. He has 1 RBI, a couple of stolen bases.
3-1 pitch. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks with 1 out. And we'll go back to the top of the order for the Crabs with Keenan Morris, who walked in his first at-bat appearance. Excuse me.
The place for the Crabs at the top of the order, number 9, Keenan Morris.
And the pitch. This is away. 3 walks now for Cooper King. 1-0 to Morris. A look out at second. And here comes the pitch in the dirt. 2-0. Foul tipped. Rogers at second. Read it first. Here's the 2-1. And that's hitting the hole on the left side and through. They're going to hold the runner at third. And the Crabs have the bases loaded with 1 out. Nice piece of hitting by Keenan Morris there. He got a pitch away and just slapped it into left field.
Take it where it's pitched.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what he did.
What you want your leadoff hitter to do. Just get on any way you can.
Here's Michael Perazzo. And he swings at the first pitch. You see, there's a fastball in there, but he swings right through it. Oh, 0-1. Bases are loaded. Crabs leading 2-0, looking for more here in the bottom of the second. And he fouls that one out of play on the left field side. Go-to pitch. Fouled up against the screen. Just missed that one. Oh, into the count. Popped in the air on the left side of the infield. Smith has it for out number 2. So Liam Forsyth will be the hitter. He singled his first at bat.
Now batting for the Crabs from Southeast Missouri University, number 5, Leah Forsyth.
Here's the pitch. Forsyth takes a pitch away.
And the bases are FOC, full of frustration.
The 1-0 is high with a fastball. 2-0. Nowhere to put Forsyth. Two-0 pitch. Ooh, swung on and missed. Got a good one there and couldn't make contact.
Healthy cut.
2-1. Two-one, fouled up against the screen, and the count goes even. Another good pitch to hit, and he just missed it. 2-2. Wild pitch, no advance. Difficult to advance here on a wild pitch because the backstop is so close to home plate. And many runners from third base have been saddened to find out.
Well, Parker Rogers is standing at third, and he knows.
Yeah,
he has
knows.
played here before,
Yes.
so you want someone standing at third in that situation who has played here at the Arcata Ballpark before.
3-2 the count. The runners are going to be going. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4, 3-0 Crabs. Third walk of the inning. Sutter Moss doubled his first at bat, and here comes the pitching coach.
And just a shout out, happy birthday to the Big Marlin Walter from the Crab Pot. Now you're cooking.
Those walks would just kill you, Liam.
Yeah. Hard to win a baseball game when you don't have command, especially when your starter doesn't have command and puts you in the hole early. So Cooper King's going to need to figure it out pretty quick, or he's not going to be long for this game.
There's no action in the bullpen, although someone is out there stretching. But yeah, if he doesn't start getting some pitches over the plate.
Well, the problem is you have a guy stepping in Sutter Moss who's hit a home run already this season. So
who doubled and got a pitch over the plate in the
that's right.
first inning and ripped it down the line. So
you are in a pretty tough position if you're Cooper King.
Here we go. The pitch to Moss misses inside, and of course when he gets behind like that, then that's a huge advantage for the batter.
That's right.
So he's in a heap of trouble. Is Cooper King. 1-0 the count, although there are 2 outs. In the air, right center field. That's going to be deep and going. Adios, muchacho. Grand slam. Oh, Sutter Moss just drilled that pitch right over the Zwirling Law Firm sign in center field. And the Crabs have busted it open here.
Oh, what were we talking about, Benjamin?
Just what we were saying, right?
Base loaded, 2 outs. You have a guy who's already hit a home run. He hit a hard line drive down the right field line earlier in this game, and you're in a situation where you have to throw strikes, and it didn't work out so well for Cooper
He was
King.
waiting for it, and he drilled it.
Plate number 16, Adam Enyard.
I wasn't sure it had the height. You saw it going out. I thought maybe it didn't have the height.
Yeah, it was going out all the way for me.
Here's the pitch to Enyard, who has a sacrifice fly. And that's fastball high. So 7-0 Crabs. Here's the pitch. Fastball away. 2-0.
Crabs are up by a touchdown early.
The 2-0 swung on a miss. That's my first home run call this season.
I know. I remember last season you had to wait a long time.
I got almost none. You got almost all the home run calls last
home run
season.
call. You get your first home run call in your second game, and it's a grand slam.
That's right. 2-1 is in the dirt.
Worked out pretty good for you this season.
I'll take it, yeah. And I love filling in these diamonds.
But I'm scoring Giants games at home. There's nothing better.
You don't get to do that very often with Giants games. Nice pitch misses outside.
Well, early on, things were going
early
a little
on
bit better.
Yeah. 3-1 now, the count.
Unfortunately, I was at a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game down in SoCal when Wilmer Flores hit 3 home runs.
Yeah, I was watching that game. Yeah,
I was like, unbelievable. I missed that game.
3-1 misses away, ball 4. So yikes. King is not long for this game. That's another walk. I don't know. It's kind of a tough call. Do you throw it over the plate or do you not if you were King at this point?
Now for the Crabs from Cal State Fullerton, number 28, Nico Lombardi.
Here's Nico Lombardi. Runner at first, 2 outs. 5 runs in for the Crabs. fouled up against the screen.
It's not a whole lot better than hearing that Adios Muchacho call, too. It's iconic.
Thank you. Iconic, yes. 1-1 the count. Swung on and missed, 1-2.
Speaking of iconic, I heard a rumor that your old partner, Hoke Holcomb, might make an appearance later this season.
I would love that.
Unconfirmed,
I'll have
but
to call him. And
might happen. We'll see.
and entice him.
Oh, yeah.
1-2. Oh, in the air to left center field, and that is going to be past the diving center fielder all the way to the wall. Here comes another run. On his way to second is Lombardi, and it's 8-0 Crabs. And I don't know, King. The A's need to get someone up yesterday.
Kind of looking like the big league A's right now.
Because King is getting just pelted out there. So they batted around. Here's Soares. He led off the inning with a ground out to a pitch he hit right back to the pitcher. And the pitch swung on and missed. A huge cut. Had a fastball up and in. Soares trying to get in on the action. The 0-1. Breaking pitch misses high. One and one the count. Here's the pitch. Check swing. They appeal to first. He did not go round. Two one. Swung on and foul tipped. 2-2 to Soares. King sets. The 2-2 is popped in the air, back of home plate. Out onto the step. Two and two. Line in the right field for a base hit. Here comes Lombardi. He will score. 9-0 Crabs. Yikes. How long are they going to let this poor kid get hammered out there?
I mean, maybe they just don't have a whole lot of pitching on this trip. I mean,
That may be.
just don't know what they're working with.
They do have a right-hander warming, but. So here's Rogers. He walked his first appearance. He takes a pitch away. 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
At this point, you don't want to be the hitter that makes the last out.
I know, really.
You bat around.
Absolutely, you don't.
A little bit embarrassing when you get back to the dugout.
The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Crabs have scored 7 runs here in the second inning to make it a 9-0 ball game early. Here's the pitch, and it's high.
Asking about Mercy Roll.
No Mercy Roll yet.
The 2-2. Low and outside, and the count goes full. Soares over at first. 2 outs.
From the dugout find out when there is a mercy rule in place. That has to be agreed to.
Swung on and missed, and that does finally end the inning. But for the Crabs, 7 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. There were no errors and a runner left, and at the end of 2, they lead it 9-0. This is a cornucopia of Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Crabs leading by a luxurious 9-0 score.
Fans, if you want to know when they're playing, you go to the merch booth and grab their pocket size.
Top of the 3rd inning, Wood, Edens, and Niveau to bat for the A's with somewhat of a hill to climb against Miles Standish. Here's the pitch to Edens, and he takes a strike at the knees. Sorry, excuse me, Wood. Wood safe on a fielder's choice in his first at bat. Here's the 0-1. Taps that one foul past 3rd. Oh-2 pitch. Whoa. Overthrew that one, and it's in the dirt. One, 2. Misses away. Two pitch. Is low. 3-2. Standish doesn't want to walk the leadoff hitter with a 9-0 lead here.
No.
Pretty sure. And that was right down the middle, swung on and missed one away.
Can happen to some pitchers. I mean, your team gets a huge lead, then it kind of messes with them a little bit, and they start getting wild. But so far, Standish looking pretty good.
Not that time. One away. Here's Edens. He struck out his first at bat. He takes a pitch inside. Swung on and missed, 1-2. We had a former Crab pitching for the Giants a couple of nights ago.
Pitching for the Padres, against the Giants
Against the Giants, right. Yesterday, yes.
David Morgan.
1-1 pitch. In the air to left field. Going back with room. Is Enyart. He makes the catch for out number 2. Well, that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool to see.
It's always good to see a former member of the Crabs. He did, yeah.
From what I remember.
It's always good to see a former member of the Crabs make it to the major leagues.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Niveau. Walked his first appearance. And he takes a fastball right down the middle for a strike. A 1. fouled out of play.
That foul ball sponsored by Round Planet Foods. Sustainable. So good.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, and he fouls it up against the screen. Go 2. Outside. One, 2 is high. Another big crowd tonight.
Got Friday night, second Friday night of the season.
Might need to buy a 50-50 ticket, Liam.
That's right. We'll be going out to steak dinner on Benjamin,
That's
hopefully.
right. 2 and 2 the count. And it's fouled up against the screen.
Oh.
And kicks over the screen and into the seats where
Oh, it's Will from Trinity River Vineyards
2 and 2 the count.
making the catch.
On 3 hops.
Still.
2 and 2 the count. In the air to center field. Reed has it, and that ends the inning. A's go 1, 2, 3 in the third. Crabs lead 9-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading 9-0 in the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Reed, Morris, and Perazzo to bat against Cooper King, who's back out to pitch. Shockingly, that's fouled way out of play.
Well, they must not have.
They must not,
have a whole lot of pitching.
because they don't even have someone in the bullpen now.
Sometimes teams come in here with pretty small rosters, and
This does not bode well
yeah.
for the weekend. Next pitch misses down low.
But I mean, look, they might have
That's right.
starters
If they're not
lined
using
up.
them, they're holding them back, and maybe
Tomorrow
we'll
and
see them
Sunday.
tomorrow and
Yeah.
Sunday. And
So,
yeah.
all the reason to come out to the ballpark because you might see a good competitive game. You
Assuming
never
this
know.
game is over by then. Next pitch misses inside.
That's the thing about baseball.
2-1.
One game could be 15-0, and the next game can be
That's right.
1-0.
That's right. 2-1 pitch. Oh, missed inside, almost hit him. Reed walked his first appearance. Left-handed hitter. (3-1), and he walks him.
So for those of you who are wondering about the mercy rule, that has to be agreed to by both coaches. Mercy rule was not agreed to before the game, as far as I know. So that could change at some point later in the game. But
I think that's
as soon
the
as
sort
I
of
get
thing
that
they should leave up to
information.
the official score. Runner
Yeah.
first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play.
But often, you know, a game will get out of hand, and Robin Guyver, our manager, will go over and talk to the other manager, you know.
King has 6 walks in the game now, and nothing like watching somebody walk a bunch of hitters.
Yeah.
Nothing more exciting in baseball than
not the most fun game to watch.
0-1. Outside, 1-1. Now there is a right-hander who is bearing down out in their bullpen, so.
Yeah, my guess is they want to see Cooper King go at least 3, probably.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. 1-1 the count. Lined into right center field. Cut off by the right fielder, but on his way to third is Reed, and there's runners on the corners now for the Crabs. Second hit of the night for Morris. Is it my imagination, or is Reed really fast?
Oh, he's got speed. Yeah, like I said, coming into the game, I believe he has 2 stolen bases. That's second on the team.
It seemed like he really just flew around the bases there.
Cameron Sewell has 3. He leads the team at the moment. But yeah, usually you want to have your fastest player either hitting first or hitting 9th.
Parazzo fouls one out of play. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
Some managers will put their fastest player in the 9 spot instead of leadoff.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That's what Robin did tonight with Timmy Reed.
0-1 the count. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Crabs already with a 9-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. 9 runs, 7 hits for the Crabs. No runs, 2 hits for the A's. And Crabs have also been the beneficiaries of 7 walks.
Corey Perry, unbelievable.
The 0-2. Ooh, he waves at a pitch low and away, and that's it for Parazzo. 1 away. That's the second strikeout for King. How's that hockey game going?
Oh, the Edmonton Oilers just tied Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals in the final seconds. So it's 4-4 heading to overtime.
Wow, really?
Looked like Florida was going to win it, but
that's very exciting. Next pitch is fouled off.
Both games of the Stanley Cup Final have gone to overtime too. So
I think I may have to get into hockey next year.
You say that every season.
I do. I never do, but I can't follow the puck. I watch the game. I have no idea what's going on.
What you need to do is go to a live hockey game first, because I think hockey is a lot better live than on TV, even though I love watching on TV.
0-1 misses high. I cannot follow the game on
It's a
TV.
sport that I think is so much better live than on TV.
I bet, yeah. 1-1 the count.
Unfortunately, we don't really have any hockey up here in Humboldt County. You have to go down to the Bay Area. But I would love if we started a hockey team up here. Someone needs to do it.
1-1, fouled out of play.
Someone needs to build a rink and then start a hockey team.
I mean, if they can play hockey in Florida, we can play hockey here.
I think a hockey team in Humboldt County would be like the winter version of the Crabs.
Totally. It would, yeah.
I think it'd be super cool.
Or like the roller derby.
Yeah, right.
1-2 the count.
Roller derby gets really good attendance here.
Yeah, it does.
Really popular.
Yeah, very popular. On the corners, here's the pitch. In the dirt, 2-2.
Actually, a lot of the members of the Crabgrass Band are in the derby version of the band, which I believe is called the Dirty Derby Blowhards.
No, really? I didn't know about that. That's interesting. Okay. 2-2 the count. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Forsyth has singled and walked so far tonight. Here's the pitch, and he fouls that one out of play.
Our resident photographer, Matt Filar, has had a lot of those roller derby bouts.
The 2-2 in the air, shallow left field, left center field. And it'll be the center fielder, Miller, to make the catch. The runner's tagging. The throw is not going to be in time. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet. Sacrifice fly for Forsyth, and it's 10-0 Crabs.
Pretty shallow, but no chance to get Timmy Reed there.
No.
Now look who's up.
Sutter Moss, 2 for 2 with a home run and a double tonight.
Emerging as an early candidate for MVP or Offensive Player of the Year. Way too early to say, obviously, but
2 outs. He takes a pitch, belt just high, I guess. 1-0. So runner out at second now. Another run in. Crabs in double digits. Here's the 1-0. Ooh, and he waves at a pitch in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow Morris to go to third on the wild pitch. Actually, pass ball. And another swing and a miss. A big cut there, 1-2. He was going for the City Hall on that one.
That's right.
This ballpark, for those of you who are not regular listeners, sits right on Highway 101. Here's the pitch. 1-2 swung on a miss. I'll fill that in later. And that ends the inning. Crabs get another run on a hit. There were no errors and a runner left. And at the end of 3, they lead 10-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Top of the 4th inning, and here is Liam to bring you all the action.
Thank you, Benjamin. It'll be Cristal, Ramirez, and Sunders due up for the A's.
What I was saying before the inning ended is that the ballpark sits right on Highway 101 going southbound. And there's a high 20-foot fence along that wall. And then on right field, we're sitting right next to the Arcata City Hall. So we're nestled right in downtown Arcata. Beautiful little gem of a ballpark.
Yeah.
But home runs to right field often go off the roof of the Arcata City Hall.
Pitch to Cristal is popped up. Foul territory right side and making its way into the stands.
Where it falls untouched.
0-1. Yeah, here in the city of Arcata, the highway divides the city. It didn't used to be that way.
It did not.
101 kind of built later and kind of cut parts of the city off from each other as that pitch is fouled back, and it's 0-2. Of course, obviously, bridges and walkways were built later on, but Arcata Ballpark used to kind of sit kind of in a marsh, if I remember hearing correctly. Though, too, is swung on and tried to hold up, and he definitely went around. Strike 3, 1 down.
Well, I think that's probably true because I do remember years ago there were a lot of this field didn't drain if it rained.
Right.
So they have dealt with that problem, but I'm pretty sure that's why it is sort of sitting in a swamp.
I think that was before the highway was built.
I think honestly all of Arcata more or less sits.
Oh yeah, well,
on a salt marsh.
Yeah. We have the famous marsh.
Yeah.
A lot of people go walk. Pitches. Never called strike 0-1. Mikey Ramirez. In box against Miles Standish. The 0-1 is a fly ball out to right field, racing over, and it's going to fall in front of the Crabs right fielder for a base hit. We're on first with 1 out. It's going to bring in Brian Sunders.
The second.
Second, that's right.
I'm the second.
Oh, really? I did
Yeah.
not know this about you.
I am the second, yep. Well, I'm a junior, same thing, but
Yeah.
I like second better.
Sunders, fly ball, fouled on the right field line 0-1. Should we start calling you Benjamin Schaefer the second? Now?
I like that.
Yeah. Well, when you're the official scorer, you got to have, a name like
It
that.
has a regal sound to it.
Throw over to first. Back in standing is Ramirez. Oh, 1 misses outside, and it's 1-1. Giants up 3-0. Top of the 4th. So Hayden Birdsong's in a little bit of trouble. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-1. Misses just low, 2-1.
Uh-oh.
Well, as I say that, the ball I think hit the umpire. Anyway, I should watch the game in front of me as Miles Standish steps off.
Arizona just got to run.
Although it is 10-0 here.
We'd almost be more interesting to do the Giants game.
I know. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. That was a nasty pitch.
That was nasty. He fooled him badly.
2-2. Could also throw on the Stanley Cup final. 4-4 going to overtime. Game 2 between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton up 1-0 in that series.
I heard on NPR that Florida is heavily favored to win.
2-2 is up high, 3-2. Well, they are the defending Stanley Cup champions, so it would make sense.
Or maybe that was the basketball playoffs where Oklahoma's heavily favored.
I think it's more that, although the Indiana Pacers pulled off an incredible comeback last night.
That's what I heard.
The 3-2 is called. Strike 3, throw back down to first. The catcher and back in safely is Ramirez, so 2 away. Yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder last night were dominating the entire game. The Indiana Pacers came back, and of course it was Tyrese Halliburton who hit the game-winning shot, who was a former Sacramento King, which is my team. So a little bit conflicted. Of course, Tyrese Halliburton leaves the Kings and then goes to the finals. Go figure. Reese steps in, pitches outside, runner goes, throw down to second, and what a beautiful throw. Crabs catcher Lombardi down to second, and Ramirez is out.
Why in the world you'd be stealing second down 10? And I guess it's kind of a why not sort of thing, right?
Yeah, well, it's the time to practice here in summer ball. But anyway, that's going to do it here in the top of the 4th. Crabs lead at 10-0. So we get to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Crabs Baseball on 7.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th inning, 10-0 Crabs. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the A's. It is number 18, Gio Casas. Gio Casas on the mound for the A's. And he'll face Adam Enyart.
From St. Mary's College, number 16, Adam Enyart.
Followed by Nico Lombardi and Cavanasaurus. Enyart is inside 1-0. 1-0 is a fly ball out to center field. Center fielder going back. He's at the wall, and that ball is gone. A solo shot out to center field for Adam Enyart. And the Crabs lead it 11-0. Off the bat, kind of unsure if it was going to go out, but just hit the netting above that yellow fence line out in center. Crabs add on. The second home run of the game for the Crabs. Nico Lombardi. Step in. And there for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 in the dirt. And it's 1-1. And there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. One-two is popped up, shallow center field, and the shortstop racing out there and reaching out and making a catch. Kind of just whipped his glove out there and somehow made that catch. That did not look easy or smooth. So one away. And that's going to bring in Cavanasaurus. 2023 Crab, who returned to the 2025 team, lashed down the left field line, foul, 0-1. So the Crabs will be home next week. Stockton Pearls Tuesday, Wednesday at 7. Athletic Edge Express next weekend as that ball hits Cavanasaurus. So he'll head down to first. One on first, one out. I'll bring in Parker Rogers. And the following week, the 17th to the 22nd, Crabs will be on the road that entire week. And of course, every single game on that road trip will be right here on the radio. And hopefully on the YouTube stream. That kind of depends on the internet connection. Mr. Parker Rogers in there for a called strike 0-1, but it will definitely be on the radio. I will be following the team on their road trip. Healdsburg Prune Packers first. 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. And then the Lincoln Potters that weekend. Start in wine country and then head to the Sacramento region. Throw over to first, and Soares back in safely. And that is going to be a road trip that will really show what these Crabs are made of. Two of the best teams in the Pacific Empire League to start out the league season on the road. The 1-1 in there for a called strike 1-2. And I think it's going to be the most important series of the season in mid-June. And that is because last year on that same exact road trip, the Crabs went 0-6. The 1-2 is in the dirt, 2-2. The Crabs only lost out on the Pacific Empire League Championship Series by a few games. So it was really that road trip, Healdsburg and Lincoln, that did them in. And did them in pretty early. So runner goes, the 2-2 is outside, the throw down to second, and in there safely as the ball trickles into the outfield is Cavanasaurus, but he remains at second. Runner at second with one out. Stolen base for Soares. 3-2 count to Parker Rogers. So even if the Crabs can win 1 or 2 games on that road trip, to bring in Lincoln, that would be a major improvement from last year. So the 3-2 just swung on and missed. Strike 3 to Parker Rogers, 2 away.
Last year was a disaster.
It was a disaster, and I was there for all of it. But
I'm glad I wasn't.
Like I said, even if the Crabs can get 1 or 2 wins, I mean, that would be a great improvement from last season against 2 very good teams. The 2 teams that went to the Pacific Empire League Championship Series. So if you don't have a reason to tune in for the road games, there it is. Timmy Reed steps in. Pitches in the dirt, 1-0. And if you're a fan down there in Healdsburg area or Lincoln area, come out and support the Crabs. It's always good to see fans on the road. The 1-0 is fouled straight back to the screen, 1-1. And then, of course, the Crabs will be up in Medford early July, which is the trip I'm looking the most forward to. Medford's a great place to go visit, great ballpark. 1-1, swung on and missed 1 and 2. Hopefully,
Medford's always a good time.
Hopefully my partner Benjamin Schaefer will be with me for that one.
It's possible.
To see our old friend Jake Martin, who now works for the Rogues. 1-2 is up high, and it's 2-2.
Last year in Medford, it was 112 degrees.
Oh, it was brutal.
And I came home with COVID.
You did.
So
hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, it was actually so hot that the Rogues moved both of the night games up an hour.
Yeah.
And moved the day game as the pitch in the dirt gets away, and that's going to allow Soares to go to third on the wild pitch. Believe the last game of that Medford series last year was supposed to be
at like
I
1.
think a nighttime start, actually, and then they moved it up to like 11:30 in the morning because of the heat.
Yeah, we played that one in the morning.
Crabs needed to travel after that, so couldn't move that one up. The 3-2 called, strike 3 to Reed, and that's going to end it for the Crabs here in the 4th. But the Crabs get a run off of the solo shot from Adam Menyard. The Crabs lead at 11-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Crabs Baseball on 7.3 FM. back to the ballpark, top of the 5th inning. The Crabs lead the A's by a score of 11-0. The Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you towards a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka, or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. Luke Ree stepping in and take a called strike 0-1. Miles Standish out for his 5th inning of work. Pitches in the dirt, 1-1. Grounded to the third baseman, Morris. Pick it up, a high throw to first, but gloving at his Forsythe, one away. And that's going to bring in Tyson Miller.
Now batting for the A's, number 4, Tyson Miller.
Miller inside, 1-0.
Did the A's have a new pitcher in the last half inning?
They did. His name was Gio Casas.
Thank you.
1-0 is low and outside, 2-0. Giants now only lead 3-2. Top of the 5th inning. Braves got a couple of runs. I just saw Dominic Smith make a really nice catch over at first base, leaning over the rail. 2-0 is a soft line drive in the left field that's going to get down for a base hit. So we're on first with 1 out for the A's. 4th hit of the game.
Now batting for the Fresno A's, number 14, George Smith.
We'll bring in George Smith. To Smith, low inside, 1-0.
This is
14. 1-0, almost hits. George Smith dives low and in on him, 2-0. Gets out of the way. A soft line drive over the pitcher's head and gloved by the second baseman Soros on the first, not in time. Good play by Soros, kind of awkward between him and the shortstop Perazo.
Yeah, I don't know if Perazo got his glove on it or not, but it got past him, and Soares did a good job to recover it.
And that's going to bring in Ethan Wood around first, 2 outs. Mr. Wood in the dirt, gets away. Catcher Lombardi. It's going to allow George Smith to go to second on the wild pitch. Swung on and fouled off the plate. It's 1-1. And therefore called strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-2. On second, 2 outs. 11-0 Crabs here on the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 swung on it. Missed strike three. Nasty breaking ball from Miles Standish, and that's going to do it here in the fifth. A's fail to score. Crabs lead 11-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the fifth inning. Crabs lead the A's 11-0. Crabs Baseball is brought to you by the North Coast Co-op and North Coast Mercantile. Family-owned and operated serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic, import, and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the North Coast Mercantile's tightest trailer in the right field beer garden in the Arcata Ballpark. 8 tabs featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider. It will be Morris, Prazo, and Forsyth due up. Top of the order for the Crabs here in the fifth. And the pitch is outside 1-0.
Last call 50-50. Last call for 50-50.
1-0 is a high chopper, but a slow chopper to the second baseman. Gloves it, throw to first, and a great play on both ends. From Sunders, the second baseman, to throw over to first, and Ethan Wood, the first baseman, with a great pick. One down.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 13, Michael Perazo.
Bring in Michael Perazo. Pitch to Perazo in the dirt. 1-0. Typical summer day here in Arcata. Started out overcast. Clouds cleared out. Sunny and nice for most of midday as the 1-0 is for a called strike 1-1, and then clouds come right back for the evening, and that's where we stand right now.
That's exactly when the crowds come back for the evening, pretty much every night.
Yep. 2-0 is a fly ball out to left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Perazo with his first hit of the game.
Which, if you're an amateur astronomer, it's extremely frustrating.
As you are.
Extremely frustrating.
I know you're on the astronomy subreddits.
I am, yes.
The telescope subreddits. Liam Forsythe steps in. I won't give away your username. People can
appreciate
find out.
that.
Pitch to Forsythe is fouled off the plate 0-1. Just know if you're on a telescope subreddit, might be Benjamin in there. You never know.
I'm buying a counterweight from one of my telescopes as we speak.
Oh, wow. During this riveting baseball game, the 0-1 is outside 1-1.
I could read you some of the ads for cloudy nights.
How could you
astronomy?
How could you be shopping right now, Benjamin? I don't believe it. One is popped up. Shallow left field. Going out is the shortstop, but he doesn't see it, but the left fielder, Ramirez, will come in to make the catch 2 away. Bringing Sutter Moss. He's had quite a good night. A grand slam in the second inning. An RBI double before that in the first. Moss outside 1-0. Sutter Moss getting the famous adios muchacho treatment from Benjamin. It's over the first and Perazo back in safely.
He drilled that.
Oh, it was crushed. The 1-0. Inside 2-0.
Although King struck him out the last time he saw him, so.
Yeah. Funny how baseball is. His first 2 at-bats, he looked really good. And then third inning, 2-0 is fouled straight back to the screen, 2-1. It's not his best at-bat of the night, but the other thing about baseball is that if your other 2 at-bats are an RBI double and a grand slam, it doesn't really matter that much.
No.
Although, knowing baseball players, they will only think about the one time they didn't have a good at-bat. The pitch is inside 3-1.
Oh, yeah, I think we're all kind of that way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm that way with my student evaluations.
Human nature.
It's the one. I remember the one that they didn't like me.
Yep, that's right. 3-1 is up high, ball 4. It'll be first and second, 2 outs. I can't believe any of your students would write a negative eval about you.
They do.
I don't believe it, Benjamin. I don't believe
it. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Adam Enhart will step in, although I was never in any of your classes going to Humboldt State.
That's right. So you don't really know.
I really don't. Although Jack here, who's doing the scoreboard, I believe he was.
Jack's in 2 of my classes.
Yeah. Maybe we can have him on.
His eval.
Yeah, exactly. Live. Pitches up high, 1-0. And for those of you who are new to the Crabs broadcast, my partner, Benjamin Schaefer, here is a philosophy professor at Cal Poly Humboldt. For how long now?
30 years.
Wow. Pitches
just finished my
foul.
30th year.
1-1. It's not that long.
Nah. I started when I was 10.
You That's right. You have to be the only philosophy professor in the entire world that also announces baseball games.
That may be true.
I don't believe there's another one.
About that.
The 1-1 misses outside, and it's 2-1. I refuse to believe that another one exists. I challenge someone to find him.
That's because they're all working.
2-1, and check swing, and the home plate umpire rules you went around. It's 2-2. Well, you work extremely hard up here. You're also the official scorer, so.
I do, and I am teaching summer school. So.
That's right. Runner goes from second as the pitch is fouled back. 2-2.
Wow, up 11-0. The Crabs are trying to pull off a double steal. Huh?
Michael Perazo had a really big jump.
Yeah,
he
huge
decided
jump.
to go. Kind of caught me a bit off guard.
Well, just given the score.
Two. Up high. Count goes full. 3-2.
But as you were saying earlier, it is true this is instructional baseball, so often they don't play the same way you would in the major leagues. You know, in the majors you generally wouldn't try a double steal up 11-0, but here they're trying to develop their skills. So
3-2 is in the dirt, ball 4, so that's going to load the bases with 2 outs. And yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're out there watching and listening and you're outraged that they're trying to steal, up 11-0, I mean, that is true. That the whole point of summer collegiate baseball is to work on your skills. It might seem like adding on or unsportsmanlike. I mean, these guys really are just trying to
Yeah, that's right.
figure things out.
It's like when I said earlier that the guy was stealing down 9-0, but as you said, he's practicing his stealing. So
Mr. Lombardi is there for a called strike 0-1, and it's kind of a nice thing about summer collegiate baseball. I was interviewing Damian Henderson before the season for the program, and that's kind of what he said, is that summer collegiate baseball is a lot looser and more relaxed than playing for your college. Pitches outside 1-1, and so it really gives you that freedom to just work on things and figure out your game and all that stuff. And a lot of guys come play for the Crabs, and they figure out some stuff, like Damian Henderson did, obviously breaking the home run record, and go on to have pretty good careers. Pitches in the dirt, 2-1. So sometimes you can come to the Crabs. And
did Damian Henderson make it to the majors?
He did.
He did.
For a very short amount of time.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Or not to the majors, to the system, minor league system of the Reds. 2-1 is grounded up the middle, ranging over as a shortstop, throw over to first, and that's going to do it here in the fifth. The Crabs fail to score, but they lead 11-0 as we head to the sixth. Listen to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the sixth inning, the Crabs lead the A's by a score of 11-0. Crabs Baseball is brought to you by U.S. Bank, strengthening our local communities. Our commitments come to life through our people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. And it is Brody Jacobs, number 25. Brody's pitched before this season. He's appeared in one game, 2 innings pitched. In those 2 innings, he gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 3, and got the win. So he will face Edens, Naveau, and Cristal. As Nico Lombardi going out to talk to Brody Jacobs. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals still in overtime. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left. Still 4-4. Sudden death overtime between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. And Stanley Cup playoff overtime will keep going until a goal is scored. If you don't know hockey,
they can't finish in a tie, right?
Nope.
There's no point in a tie.
It's in there for called strike
right?
0-1. In the regular season, they will go to only 5 minutes of overtime and then decide it in a shootout. But in the playoffs, they play 20-minute periods until a goal is scored. The 0-1 is hit just fair down third base line, and a great play by Keenan Morris deep in the hole at third, throws over to first, 1 down. We were talking about how outstanding he's been throughout his entire Crabs career, especially at third base.
That was great.
Naveau will step in.
So a shootout is like in soccer when they line up and.
Yep, each team skater on goalie. try to score. And a check swing grounder right back to the pitcher, Jacobs. Flip over to first, 2 away. Skater takes a shot at the goalie, and they decide it that way.
So it's one skater and then one skater from the other team?
Yep. I mean, one at a time, on the other team's goalie.
Right.
That's only during the regular season, because when you play 82 games, you need games to be decided more quickly than just playing endless sudden death.
But in the playoffs, it's endless. It's as long as it takes.
As long as it takes for a goal to be scored. Cristal steps in and pitches outside 1-0. It is 20-minute period, so if it goes multiple periods, there is an break, an intermission
that's a long game,
in between
man.
periods.
That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Stanley Cup playoff games go 3-4 overtimes.
Wow, really?
The 1-0 is, for a called strike, 1-1. And the Giants lead the Braves 4-2.
Oh, here he is. Haven't seen him all winter.
Krusty the Crab.
Krusty Krab is in the park, out of hibernation.
We love to see it. The 1-1 is in the dirt, 2-1.
A long winter of hibernation. He's awake.
Should see him pop into your view on the stream pretty shortly here.
He's dancing around the ballpark, saved up all that energy over the winter.
That's right. It's not a party until Krusty shows up. The 2-1 is lashed down the left field line, foul, 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Great pitch from Brody Jacobs up high. That's going to do it for the A's in the 6th. They go in order. They trail 11-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN Radio 107.3. Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. Crabs lead the A's by a score of 11-0. Soros, Rogers, and Reed due up on the order for the Crabs against Gio Casas. Let's take you through some scores from around Major League Baseball. We got a bit of time. The St. Louis Cardinals are leading the Dodgers 5-0, top of the 9th. Love to see that. The West Sacramento A's leading Matt Filar's Baltimore Orioles 5-4, bottom of the 6th at Sutter Health Park. Soros steps in. And the pitch is a fly ball out to left field. And setting up camp, making the catch. 1 away. Mikey Ramirez. I'm going to bring up Parker Rogers. Mr. Rogers low and outside, 1-0. No pitch, just misses outside again, 2-0. And there for a called strikeout. It's 2-1. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. 2-2. Pitch is in the dirt. 3-2, and I believe this is actually a pinch hitter. This is Spencer Jacobs. Pinch hitting for Parker Rogers. 3-2, called strike 3. So that's going to do it for Spencer Jacobs. It's going to bring in Timmy Reed.
Timmy Reed.
Mr. Reed, he bunts it just down the third base line. Foul, 0-1. One misses outside, and it's 1-1. 1-1 way inside, and that got Timmy Reed. So he's going to head down to first. First with 2 outs. Bringing the top of the order in Keenan Morris. He's had a good day, a couple of hits. And a couple of really good plays over at third.
He sure has had some great plays.
Morris in there for a called strike, 0-1. A high chopper right up the middle. Shortstop, it boots off of his glove. And everyone's going to be safe. So it's first and second with 2 outs. And
E6.
E6. That's going to be an error on George Smith, the shortstop.
At the plate for the Crabs, number 13, left fielder, Mikey Ramirez.
Michael Prazo step in. First and second, 2 down. Pitch to Prazo, ground ball to the right side of the infield. Picking it up, throwing to first. And that's going to do it here in the 6th. The Crabs leave a couple of runners on. They lead 11-0 as we head to the top of the 7th. Stay tuned. Professor Benjamin Schaefer will take you the rest of the way. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN Radio, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 7th inning. The Crabs lead the A's by a score of 11-0. And now to take you the rest of the way, here is the professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thank you, Liam. Ramirez, Sanders the second, and Reed bat for the A's. Crabs with 11 runs on 9 hits, no errors, no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the A's. Fastball from Brody Jacobs is outside, 1-0. Jacobs on in relief of Miles Standish last inning. Next pitch is a fastball low and outside, 2-0. Ramirez tonight is 1 for 2. 2-0 is high.
Fans, I hate to say this, but it's last call for alcohol. Last call for alcohol.
3-0 pitch. Ball 4. He walks him on 4 pitches to start the 7th inning. So here's Saunders the second. He's 0 for 2. This guy has kind of a strange purple cast tonight.
I was noticing that.
This a weird sort of grayish purple. It's kind of pretty. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and away. Been overcast all afternoon into the evening.
Yeah, got to the ballpark around 3. It was
Sunny.
completely clear.
Yeah.
As is typical. Clouds kind of rolled in.
1-0 throw to first and runners back. Tomorrow night, the ball game starts at 6:30 rather than 7 p.m.
And the great Mitchell Manji will be joining you on the
Mitchell
broadcast
Manji.
tomorrow.
Next pitch is a breaking pitch in there for a called strike.
I'll be back with you Sunday.
Excellent. 1-1 the count. Ooh, check swing and you go around. Yep. 1-2. Good fastball there from Jacobs.
And I also want to mention, I forgot to mention during my innings, but really big news out of Cal Poly Humboldt men's basketball today. They hired their new head coach, DJ Broom.
The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2.
Of course, a lot of people will remember DJ Broom as an outstanding point guard. He was one of my favorite players growing up, so really big news and really good to see him leading the program. Cal Poly Humboldt men's basketball starting next season, so
that is cool.
Congrats to him.
2-2 pitch. This is away, and the count goes full. A fake down to first, but no throw. So full count now to Saunders the second with Ramirez at first. And Jacobs nursing 11-0 lead here. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 3, 1 away. Here's Luke Ree, 1 for 2. And he fouls one out of play.
Stanley Cup Finals Game 2 is going to double overtime.
Wow, really?
The first 20 minutes could not decide it, so intermission, and then we'll start a second 20-minute overtime period. Try to decide it there.
Another throw at first.
Up in Alberta.
Runner goes, the 0-1. Fake's going, actually. The pitch is high. 1-1. He fooled me. I thought he was going. 1-1. Grounder over to third. Throw to second for one. Another fine play. Although they don't get the double play. Another fine play by Keenan Morris there on the ball that skipped up on him and he had to back up on it.
Yeah, he's just been incredibly reliable over at third base. Makes a lot of tough plays look pretty easy.
That was a tough play because that ball took a nasty hop at the last second and almost skipped past him.
Notice he's really good at handling those weird hops.
Now batting number 4, Tyson Miller.
Here's Tyson Miller. Miller is 2 for 2 tonight. Runner at first, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. High. Two misses low. 3-0. We have another right-hander beginning to warm up in the Crabs bullpen. And a right-hander warming in the A's bullpen as well. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Given up by Jacobs.
Number 14, George Smith.
Back to the top of the order. Here's George Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. Look out at second, and here's the pitch. Misses just high with a slider. No pitch. There it is again, and he fouls it out of play.
That foul ball is sponsored by the Fireplace on F Street in Acton.
The 1-1. In the air down the left field line, over to get it is Enyart, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left at the end of 6.5. Crabs lead 11-0, and now it's time, fans, for the 7th inning stretch here at the Arcata Ballpark with the world-famous Crabgrass Band.
And to Sunny and Emily from Emily. Tonight, your unofficial attendance.
Alrighty.
1,176. Actual attendance 773.
773, both folks at the ballpark tonight. Watching the Crabs pound the A's. Although the A's pitching has settled down. since the fourth inning.
That's right. The Crabs have scored all their runs only in the first 4 innings of the game.
Yeah, and they only got 9 of their runs came in the first 2 innings. So.
Right.
Here's Liam Forsyth. He is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly tonight. 11 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Crabs. There's a fastball inside. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the A's. Here's the 1-0. Misses away. 2-0. Right down the middle with a fastball, 2-1. Is this still Casas?
Yes.
What's his first name? Gio Casas. And that was foul tipped. Yeah, he's pitched pretty well. He's given a couple of runs, the home run, and actually he's only given up the 1 run, the home run.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's really settled things down. Starter Cooper King had a pretty tough night.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss, fooled him badly on that. A nasty slider away. And that's all for Forsyth. 1 away.
You know, if I was playing MLB The Show there, I would have thrown my controller at my TV. So I kind of tend to do every MLB The Show game I play.
It's frustrating. Those games are frustrating.
Lefty sliders, I will say, are the worst.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Here's Sutter Moss. He's had a good night. Fouls that one down the left field line. Ramirez on the run. It's going to go out of play. Moss tonight doubled and homered in 3 official at-bats. Been on base 3 times. The 0-1 inside. One fouled out of play. 1-2. One, two. He yanks that out on the F Street. He's way out in front of that. Casas deals 1-2, and again it's fouled out of play. The 1-2. Fastball is inside, almost hit him. 2-2. The 2-2 again inside. The count goes full. The 3-2 check swing. Did he go around? Yep. And he was going to head to first, but instead it's a strikeout. I thought he went round.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Here's Adam Enyart. Enyart also has had a good night. A sacrifice fly, a couple of walks, and a home run. He takes a pitch away. The 1-0 was a strike on the outside corner. One waves a slider away. 0-2. Casas has a really good slider.
Yeah, he does. I mean, like you've said, he's fooled some Crabs hitters pretty badly.
The 1-2. There's a fastball away, and the count goes even.
Is the band going on the road trip this year? I think they went to Gilsburg last season. Are they doing it this year? I don't know.
2-2. Lash down left field line, foul.
I don't know if that's what they're trying to do or not. I assume so. I don't want to announce. I don't know for sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. And that's in the air to left field and deep and gone off the top of the wall. Adios, muchacho. Second home run of the game for Adam Enyart. That just bounced right off the top of the fence in left field.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
I don't think I have either.
I mean, I don't even remember the last time I saw someone on the Crabs
hit 2 home runs in a game?
Yeah,
that's
more
been
than
a while.
one.
Yeah.
Wow. Have a night, Adam Enyart.
And Nico hits one. Lombardi hits one in the center field. That's going to drop for another hit. So it's 12-0 Crabs. And with 2 outs and runner first, here's Kilanosaurus. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch away, bounces, blocked by the catcher. That hit right off the top of the fence and bounced onto the freeway.
I love it. Show that to Jack. Has Jack seen that? Jack's going to love it.
The 1-0. Fastball is inside.
It is indeed a shout out. That was great brought up here.
2-0. Grounded hard over into the Crabs dugout. Boy, some guys scattering over there.
I think Kruk and Kite would call that an ugly finder.
2-1 the count. Throw to first. I don't like it the way Kruk introduces the catcher.
Oh, in the squat.
I hate that.
I love it. There's another point I disagree with you on.
2-1. I like Mike. I mean, I love Kruk, but I wish he wouldn't do that. It irritates me.
You know,
3-1.
One thing I love that Dwayne Kuiper does is when the game starts and it's 1 minute late, he'll always note it.
Yeah, I know.
1 minute late. I kind of want to say that on here.
3-1, and that's a strike. Well, Soros thought he had a walk, but that's a bell-high strike.
Problem is we're late so often, it'll kind of get old.
It's Arcata. We're on Arcata time
Exactly,
here.
that's right.
3-2 the count. Ball 4.
Oh,
boy, I don't know where that
that
missed.
looked pretty good.
Yeah. So runners on first and second now with 2 outs. Here's Parker Rogers.
Pinch hit last time up. Pinch hit in the 6th.
No, sorry, this is Jacobs, who pinch hit for Rogers in the 6th. And he takes a pitch away, 1-0. So Lombardi at second, Soares at first. Here's the 1-0. And Jacobs takes a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Here's the pitch. He waves at a slider away. The 1-2. Way outside. He pops that one in the air on the right side, foul territory. The first baseman over to get it, and that'll end the inning. But the Crabs get another run on another home run by Adam Enyart, and they now lead 12-0 at the end of 7. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 8th inning. Wood, Edens, and Niveau will bat for the A's. Is this still Brody Jacobs out there?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately for the Giants, it is now 4-4, bottom of the 7th. The Braves have tied it up.
I said 5. I heard 5.
No, but you said 5-8-5, and I have that one. You just told me I won.
Let me see which reliever for the Giants messed it up. Oh, Ryan Walker? What a surprise. I am shocked.
So here's Wood to lead it off. He's 0 for 3, and he fouls that one out of play.
That is why Ryan Walker is not the closer anymore.
Yeah, he kind of blew that job early, didn't he?
Yep. Well, right now, I mean, Randy Rodriguez is probably the leading candidate, even though it's Camilo Doval right now.
The 0-1. Doval can be brilliant, but he can also be very erratic. Next pitch misses low, 1-1. He blew a game the other night.
Yep, that's right. I think Randy Rodriguez should be a closer.
One and one the count. Misses low, 2-1. A big cut at a pitch high in the zone, and he swings right through it. 2-2 now to Wood.
Stanley Cup final game 2 is still in overtime.
Really?
13 minutes, 18 seconds left in double overtime. 4-4 still.
2-2 misses away.
I believe they're playing in Edmonton. I believe that's in the central time zone, so it's almost 11:30 there.
It's a 7-game series.
Yeah, best out of 7.
Best of 7. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Lash past first base and down the line. And he's going to hold it first. A hard hit single for Wood there. Forsyth tried to knock it down. Did knock it. Did deflect it. Was unable to field it. So here's Edens. He's 0 for 3. takes a fastball high. The 1-0. Fouled over towards the Crabs dugout. Action in both bullpens now. One and one the count. Ooh, and he waves at that slider. 1-2, nice pitch. 1-2. Oh, fastball, I guess, just low or outside. Close pitch.
Home plate umpire Stephen Young is keeping a pretty tight zone, even though it's 12-0. I mean, I guess you got to respect the consistency.
2-2. That is called strike 3 at the knees. One away. Happy trails to Mr. Edens. Here's Luke Naveau. He's 0 for 2. Toss to first. Next pitch is a fastball on the outside corner. Oh, and 1. Ooh, there's a breaking pitch right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. 0-2 to Naveau. And the pitch. Check swing, and they rule it a strike. Is that a called strike, or?
I believe it was called on the pitch.
I think it was too. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 away. Here's Parker Cristal. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
Florida Panthers win game 2, so Stanley Cup Finals all tied 1-1.
Big swing and a miss, 0-1. One high bounder in the hole on the left side and kicks off Morris's glove. The runner's trying to try to go to third, and they got him. Oh boy, a nice throw by Michael Perazzo. Morris tried to cut in on the bounding ball and ended up in the middle infield. He dashed back towards third just in time to receive the ball from Perazzo and make the tag on the runner going by to end the inning. Wow, that was crazy. So for the A's, no runs, there were no hits, there was an error and 1 left, and at the end of 7.5, it's 12-0 Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Bottom of the 8th inning. Crabs leading it by 12. It'll be Reed, Morris, and Perazzo at bat. I don't think I've ever seen a 5-4-5 put out before, Liam. That was strange. Timmy Reed tonight is 0 for 1. He's walked twice and been hit by a pitch. So he's been on base 3 times. New pitcher on the mound for the A's. That ball is promptly popped high in the air left field. And Ramirez has it for out number 1.
Haynes need to tell you this. Spoiler alert from the NHL. Final score. Florida 5, Edmonton 4. Go Edmonton.
So this new pitcher, number 42.
Top of the order for the Crabs is number 9, Keenan Morris.
I don't see him on their lineup card. Here's Keenan Morris. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Yeah, I don't know. He's number 42, but he's not on their roster. The next pitch, 43. Misses outside. Jared Sawyer. And the next pitch is in there. Low on the inside. So Jared Sawyer, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the A's. And that's hit in the air, right center field and deep. Going back as a center fielder. He's not going to catch up. It's going to bounce up against the wall. On his way to second is Keenan Morris with a stand-up double. His 3rd hit of the night.
For the Fresno A's, Jared Sawyer. Now batting for the home Crabs, number 13, Michael Perazzo.
Here's Perazzo. Here's the pitch. Fastball is away, 1-0. So runner at second, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Crabs are leading 12-0. This ball game pretty much ended in the 2nd inning. The 1-1. Misses away again, 2-1. Looks like we're going to have a new Crabs pitcher for the 9th inning. I'm not sure who that is warming up in the bullpen, but it's a right-hander out there. The 2-0 is fouled out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Wild Planet Foods, the original sustainable seafood company.
Is Caden Colbert, number 30, in the bullpen for the Crabs.
All right. 2-1 is outside, 3-1. Three-1 is outside, and he walks him. So first and second now with 1 out. And here's Liam Forsyth. Forsyth has singled, walked, sacrificed fly, fly to left, and struck out.
Now batting for Humble Crabs, number 5, Liam Forsyth.
And the pitch. Hammered down the left field line. Coming around to score is Morris. And that's a double for Forsyth. Perazzo goes to third. Here's Sutter Moss. And the pitch. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Oh and 1. This pitch is low, 1 and 1. And now, I don't know how the ball got away, and oh, yikes. Yeah, 2 runs, or 1 run is going to score as the ball skipped away from the catcher, and Perazzo made a dash for home. The pitcher tried to get to the ball in time, but the ball skipped so far away from the catcher, who apparently didn't know where it was.
So where are we scoring that? A straight steal?
I guess it's a straight, well, I don't know. How did the ball get away in the first place?
I didn't see it, to be honest.
I looked down to fill in my scorecard, and next thing I knew.
The catcher threw the ball and hit the batter in the head on the way back.
So the catcher trying to throw it back hit the batter. So is that an E?
No, I guess.
Is that an E2?
Well, it certainly is an error, yes.
Okay.
I mean,
that's what we're going to call it.
I guess we're going to call it an error. Yeah, that is the strangest thing. I was filling in my scorebook. All right, well, that is, I'm sorry I missed that. 2 and 2 now, the count to Moss with a runner at third. Another run in for the Crabs. They lead 14-0. Here's the pitch. How does that happen?
You know, Benjamin, in my experience doing Crabs games, it's always the weirdest things that happen when you're looking down.
I know it's true. I know it's true. It's definitely true.
You look down, you're doing something, and then something really weird happens.
You can't take your eyes off the field. There's called strike 3 to Moss. He actually struck out 3 times tonight. He's done it all. He's homered, he's doubled, and struck out 3 times. 2 away. Here's Enyard, who has 2 home runs tonight, as well as a sacrifice fly and a couple of walks. They have not gotten him out.
I also want to say,
him out once. Yeah.
Shout out to our scoreboard operator, Jack, for actually watching what was happening on the field.
Yeah, Jack's the only one that saw
and letting us know.
There's a fastball on the outside. But how do you hit a guy in the head?
Baseball, it can be weird sometimes.
That is so weird. The 0-1. I mean, that's a really wild throw. I mean,
this is why I love this job, Benjamin, is that you can come to the ballpark any given night and
you'll see something you've never seen before.
Completely new.
Well, I saw 2 things tonight I'd never seen before. Next pitch misses high. That 5-4-5 play at third last inning.
When the ball hitting off the top of the fence on
ball hitting off top of the
second
fence.
home
Haven't
run.
seen that happen before. And then that thing where the ball hit the batter's head coming back from the catcher. Way outside, 3-1 now to Enyard. So Forsyth's over at third. And that's a walk. Here's Nico Lombardi. He's 2 for 5 tonight with a double. Runners on the corners, 1 out. 2 runs are in. The Crabs lead it by 14. And there's a pitch in there, belt high on the outside corner. Oh and 1. Swung on and missed 0-2. The 0-2 is grounded out towards second base. He picks it up, he steps on the bag, and that'll end the inning. But the Crabs get 2 more runs. On 2 hits, there was an error and 2 left. And at the end of 8, they lead 14-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Top of the 9th inning, last chance for the A's, trailing 14-0. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow night, 6:30, these two teams will meet again here at the Arcata Ballpark. I don't think the band will be here tomorrow night. Is that right? They're not here on Saturday nights.
They'll be back on Sunday.
But they will be back on Sunday. But tomorrow night should be another fine night for baseball. And, you know, honestly, this game would have been a much closer game except for that second inning, honestly. And so we can expect better tomorrow, I'm sure.
I'm sure too. I think the A's pitching will do better tomorrow, hopefully. They got more a couple more starters. Hopefully that will fare a little bit better, be a little more competitive. But it'll be you and Mitchell Mongi tomorrow night. So.
A quick reminder before you leave the Arcata Ballpark, do us a favor, pick up your trash.
All right, 7, 8, 9 hitters
And security team.
to bat for the A's. And do we have a new pitcher? We must have a new pitcher.
It is Caden Kohlberg, number 30.
Caden Kohlberg.
Now batting for Fresno A's number 13, Mikey Ramirez.
It's in the bullpen earlier.
And the first pitch to Ramirez is high. Where does Caden come to us from?
Let's see. Southeast Missouri State.
That's what SEMO means, huh?
Yep.
And there's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Kind of a little bit of a pipeline coming from Southeast Missouri State to the Humboldt Crabs.
1-1, swung on and missed. Who else is from the...
I feel like Cavanasaurus went to SEMO before Hawaii Hilo. I could be wrong. That might be another Crabs player who went
Hawaii,
there.
yeah.
I feel like
Next
he was
pitch
at
is
SEMO before, but
swung on and missed, and that's all for Saunders. The second. 3 strikeouts for him tonight. 0 for 4. And here's Ree. Ree is 1 for 3.
now this is Saunders. Ramirez was the last hitter.
Huh. Really?
Yeah. Saunders is up, number 9.
There's a strike on the outside corner. I got the 8th inning out of order somehow.
Well, you can look at my
Oh, I see what happened.
point streak page
I see what
here.
happened. Okay. I see what happened. I knew there was something weird about that. Next pitch is outside, 1-1. And that's a big swing and a miss, 1-2. The 1-2 in the dirt. Two pitch. Grounded over to third, backhanded by Morris. A long throw to first. What a play. Another great play by Keenan Morris on a ball hit over the bag and down the left field line. Man, that was Brooks Robinson-esque there.
Yeah, I mean, Keenan Morris is ridiculous. I mean, looking like
What
Matt
a play
Chapman
that
over there at
was.
third base. Which makes the difficult look so easy.
Man, that was right over the bag and had left field written all over it.
And like Matt Chapman, I mean, I saw Keenan make that play, and I was like, yeah, there's no doubt.
I know, right?
He's going to make it.
The 2-2 pitch. Sorry, the count. This is a new batter. This is the last chance, actually, for the A's. This is Ree. He's 1 for 3. Count is 0-1.
Ball's hit deep into the hole at third. You're not too worried.
Next pitch misses away. One and 1. There's a breaking pitch low. Two and 1. And the next pitch in the dirt. 3 and 1. Crabs win this, they'll go to 5-0 on the young season.
Yeah, that's right. Crabs are still undefeated. Assuming they don't give up 14 runs with 2 outs. I feel like it's pretty safe.
No, that's something I've never seen. Swung on and missed. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Game over. And that ends it. Crabs win it 14-0. 14 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Crabs. No runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for the A's. The win goes to Miles Standish. So is he 2-0 on the season now?
Believe so.
And the loss goes to Cooper King. The Crabs go to 5-0 on the season. Well, it wasn't much of a ball game after the second inning, but we'll hope for better tomorrow night, eh, Liam?
Yeah, he's pitching, especially their starter, kind of fell apart in the second inning, and yeah, things weren't particularly close, but yeah, that's right. Hopefully looking forward to more competitive baseball next couple of nights.
All right, tomorrow night, 6:30, I'll be here. Liam's going to be here. He won't be on the radio, but he'll be here. You should be here, too. Till then, this is Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner. Thanks for listening. Have a great night. So long. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.